around the 80s. But then you think about you winning your last Premier League title in 03-04, and the 20 years on, it's the entitlement.
What entitlement?
You're still hung up on a Premier League that you won like
Invincibles
25 years ago.
And has it been matched since?
Mate, there's so many clubs.
And do you know what's so funny? Do you know what's so funny about that? Do you know
11 games.
That's great. We still never lost. We still never lost. We still never lost. We still never lost. We still never lost.
Can I ask you that?
What are we talking about?
Obviously,
Who's matched that?
as an ex-footballer.
What are you lot on? Talking like that.
I know, but you just live off of it.
Yeah.
You know
How can we live off it when you lot mentioned it to me? We're looking forward. We're trying to get over the line. You were the first people to mention Invincibles.
We're having a conversation.
You lot mentioned 2004.
And I'm still talking about it when I'm like, I'm nearly 30.
Sorry, what team did you support?
Fulham.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Harry Wilson.
move on.
Harry Wilson, better numbers than
You would pray to be Arsenal. You would pray to be Arsenal. You lot buy our garbage. You lot buy our players that are gone. Have fun with Smith Rowe.
We've segued
No, we just
me.
take your stars.
Like, who'd you take?
Sol Campbell. And we gifted you Harry Kane.
Have him.
Thank
Have
you.
him.
Thank
And
you.
Harry Kane was the
Kane
biggest
came from our
oversight
academy.
ever. You might have actually won something if you had
Kane
Harry
came from our academy.
If you had actually done that.
Kane came from our academy.
If you'd have done that.
Kane came
Anyway,
from
you've
Haaland.
segued me in nicely.
Let's respect Victor Gyökeres. He's back.
What?
If you let me finish, if you let me finish, you're right. He's found his level. He's bagged against Inter. He's bagged against Atletico Madrid. Rightly so. He's got 10 goals in all comps and things of that ilk. When people sit here and question mark his weight and question mark if he's playing in boot cuts, etc. What I will say on that, getting back to the original question is, to answer your question, Abby and Harry, of course there's attacking concerns, and you mentioned several players struggling. The players have to pull their fingers out. They need to do a bit better. But if we're going to sit here and talk about, like you said, Saka, Martinelli, this one, that one, surely that's a collective issue for the manager. His pragmatism has got us here. He needs to develop a way of just simply putting down the handbrake. And I've seen it in moments, probably in the Champions League, definitely in the second half against Manchester City way back in the season. I don't know what it is. Honestly, I don't know what it is. I think the players need to do a bit better. Clearly, there's something that needs to be reworked. People talk a lot about low blocks and deep blocks, and it's not that we're not necessarily playing against that, guys, but that is something that we've had an issue with in the last 2 years. So simply put, we've now come into another season where we're kind of talking about the same old things.
I think this
ties to Arsenal as well. Like, do you rate probably that Invincible season? Like, obviously, we all rate it because it's a massive thing to do. But like, where do you think that Invincible team would like fare in like modern day football?
Careful, Abby.
I'm just asking the question.
In modern day football, I think they would fare quite well, to be honest, because you look at the players that they had and you look at where football's gone now, I would think they would be able to handle it.
And the mentality.
And you still think they would be invincible?
I wouldn't think they would be invincible, no, but they would, under their own, they would do well in the Premier League, because I think the standard then was probably better than it is now.
Yeah,
and especially the style of football. Yeah, there was a great team, and I think, to answer your question, they'll do well.
Ask him who you trained with as well.
We know.
Say
Do you want to name drop? You can name drop if you want.
Exactly.
I don't mind.
That's the name drop.
You've
Put some respect on them Invincibles.
There is massive respect for the
No,
Invincibles.
but you lot are talking like
I'm
that.
just
Like,
saying.
I know, but you just live off of it.
Yeah.
You know
how
what I
can we
mean?
live off it when you lot mentioned it to me? We're looking forward. We're trying to get over the line.
conversation.
You were the first people to mention Invincibles.
We're having a conversation.
You lot mentioned 2004.
and I'm still talking about it when I'm
30
like,
years
I'm nearly
later.
30.
Well,
Sorry, what team did you support?
Fulham.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Harry Wilson.
Move on.
Harry Wilson, better numbers than
you would pray to be Arsenal. You would pray to be Arsenal. You lot buy our garbage. You lot buy our players that are gone. Have fun with Smith Rowe.
We've segued
No, we just
me.
take your stars.
Like, who'd you take?
Sol Campbell. And we gifted you Harry Kane.
Have him.
Thank
Have
you.
him. And
Thank you.
Harry Kane was the
Kane
biggest
came from our
oversight
academy.
ever. You might have actually won something if you had
Kane
Harry
came from our academy.
If you had actually done that.
Kane came from our academy.
If you'd have done that.
Kane came
Anyway,
from
you've
Haaland.
segued me in nicely.
Case of Mikel Arteta being a bit too over-emotional, over-passionate.
Oh,
I mean, no, he's
go.
drank at the same cup
Here
as
we
Pep.
go.
No, he has.
Here
he has.
go.
And Pep's got the trophies to prove it. I mean, yeah, the team at Barcelona was absolutely unbelievable.
So he's not
Mikel
allowed to be
Arteta, I
passionate.
think it's going to be his downfall of how emotional he is. But
I wouldn't say that. I'd say him not
So his
taking
actions on the
handbrake
touchline?
him probably
Having
actually
having
being
a
good
lack
enough
of
at the same
bottles
time as
probably
well.
more like
But he's been emotional and got us to this point. But granted, we've got questions.
So Cup in the Community Shield.
Yeah. I hear that. But you can't. You're talking about his actions on the sideline.
Yeah.
What does that have
He should
to do
be
with it?
penalised every time he steps out of a technical area.
All right, you lot move on, man.
I'll ask you this.
Silliness.
I'll ask you this.
Nonsense.
If he wins an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup, just either of the domestic cups, yeah, does he keep his job in the summer? If he doesn't win a Champions League or a Premier League, like obviously you should.
Well, if you're asking me what I genuinely think about Arsenal Football Club, I think if he doesn't win silverware, he'll still be in a job. What I would say is when them lot won a bit of silverware down the lane, when Newcastle won, when Crystal Palace won and all these teams won, people told us a trophy's a trophy, silverware is all that matters. So by that logic, I don't want to hear nonsense if he wins only a league or an FA Cup. Now, if you're asking me, of course, I want to see us win the Champions League. I've never seen that. Of course, I want to, win our first Premier League title in the Emirates era. And we're so close. We're very close. People call us bottlers. We've shown consistency to be in a title race. My thing is this. End of the day, we've not got over the line. So we need to be a different kind of animal. We've been a good team. It's now about to be a great team. So anything that we're good at, take it to another level. Address the evident areas of investment. And let's see where we can go, man.
This will crumble.
The last three games... no wins in three in the Premier League.
Yes.
That's how you know we're a good side. Freezer crisis. I hear it.
You low-key know that there's a worry in the back of your head.
What worry? You're focusing a lot with these last three games, yeah? Abby, me and you have been on goal shows a lot. There's nothing that we've said today that I haven't said since August.
Same.
And imagine that. Imagine all of the good, the bad. We're still waiting to go into full flow. We're still top. What do you think's going to happen?
When does full flow start then?
You said the good, the bad. You said the good, the bad, and you forgot the ugly.
We can't be ugly. When I look like this, Arsenal, we're not ugly.
Just one more question to you, CJ, because Unai Emery obviously used to be at Arsenal and, didn't have the greatest of times there, and he's actually not looked at that fondly. But he's at Aston Villa. He's done an unbelievable job. Let's say that Villa are really serious in this title race. They've got injuries at the moment. They have brought in Tammy Abraham. They've brought in Douglas Luiz again, and they will get their players back. Would you poetic justice, right? From a hater would be that obviously Unai Emery wins the league over Arsenal. There's not one part of you that believes that can happen.
He's not going. With the greatest of respect to Unai Emery, I'd always admire him because anyone that takes the job after a great man like Arsene Wenger, like you've seen with Slot and Klopp, he'll always have my appreciation. That being said, when has he performed? He's doing very well in the league. When has he won a proper league title like that?
He's won quite a few European cups.
He's done well domestic cups. That's the one thing I would say with Unai Emery. He failed us in the league when he was here. We failed him in the Europa League final. There's a reason every time he's been to the final, he's 9 times out of 10 won. Unfortunately, with us, he didn't. He's never... The one thing that scares me with Unai Emery at Aston Villa, he's very good at a team where they're kind of the underdogs, where they're not necessarily seen of winning it. I like the recruitment. I like the tactics. I like how actually, they played when we lost to them away from home. I do think they will run out of steam, but they have to be taken seriously. At the end of the day, it's January. Anybody that's still here, they have to be taken seriously. Me, personally, I think this is going to be the most inconsistent title winners in a long time.
I think it'll be the worst title winners.
I agree.
Worst, best, who cares? Listen, me as an Arsenal fan, I don't care if they say we're negative. I don't care what they say. If we're doing this in May, shove that where the sun don't shine.
This is your best time to win the league.
Simple.
This is the best chance you've got to win the Premier League. If you do not win it now,
you never win.
I don't see when you're going to win it again.
Oh, you've not said this the last 4 years. I'm not saying
and
you're
it's
wrong.
happened.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Still haven't done it.
Yeah, until we actually do it.
Again.
You lot sing now, I'll be singing in May. I just hope we've got this same show with you three and I've got my hat on and we're living.
Just remember, you've got to play Fulham again. And that's
bro.
2 seasons ago, it was, if we beat Aston Villa, if we beat Aston Villa.
And this is how you know we're a big... This is how you know we're a big club.
No, this is how you know.
Fulham. We beat Arsenal trophy.
This is how you know everyone can't bear your club.
We don't care
and
if
your
you hate
fans.
us.
They've got to go Leeds.
Big up Leeds.
At the weekend.
See the haters. You see the haters.
You've got to host Sunderland at the same time as well. Granit Xhaka
Bring
will
on
be
anybody.
back. Brentford, Igor
We
Thiago.
want all the smoke. Bring on everyone.
Rip them.
We're the most hated and rated. This is what I'm talking about. People love my football club. Hate is just support. We love you lot, really.
Okay.
Thank you for your support.
Well,
Especially Fulham. You're the worst Fulham fan I've met.
wow. On that note,
I'm the only one.
To be fair, Marcus is normally here, man.